Monitoring appointment number 2. All ready to go. Okay, so we just got home. We had another early morning for our second monitoring appointment today. We actually had to go all the way to Tampa this time because that's the only clinic that is open on weekends. So, and you can't really be picky with these appointments. You just gotta take what you can get. So we made it work, and unfortunately we couldn't go to church this morning, but I had already had coverage for work, so that was a blessing in disguise. And of course, Alex didn't have any plans this morning, so he was able to go with me this time. And yeah, we got to check out a new clinic, which I actually really like the Tampa office. And the same like people and nurses that were there at my Friday's appointment, also in a different city in Brandon, were at the Tampa location, so I got to see them again. But the blood work went swimmingly. It just keeps getting better and better. I'm starting to question if like this whole issue with blood work is just non-existent anymore, because I've had my blood drawn 3 times in a row now at this particular clinic at every location and it's gone great, smooth, quick every time. So I think maybe some people, I don't know, I think past people who have taken my blood have just gotten in my head over time and made me question, like, am I just one of those people that is gonna have trouble with finding veins and I have to be extra hydrated and I have to do all these things and worry about it and blah, 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 like, when literally these last 3 women didn't say anything. Like, they got my vein on the first try. I don't know, so I'm hoping we're just rewriting that story and that I just don't have issues with blood work moving forward. Because I haven't in a while, so that's definitely an answered prayer. I feel like that's still the part that deep down I'm like worried about going into these appointments, is like, are they gonna find my vein? And like, they have, so like, when am I gonna stop worrying about it? Anyways, it's a side note. So I got my blood drawn and then we did another ultrasound. So they found 1 big one on the right side with 9 smaller ones. They found 8 smaller ones last time, but. And then on the left side, they only found 2 big ones versus 5 like the last time. And then they found 6 tiny ones. Like, what? Again, we're not supposed to get caught up in numbers, and it is still very early on in this IVF cycle, but still, like, I can't help but go to ChatGPT and be like, what do these numbers mean? Whatever, my nurse is supposed to call me later with the official like results from my blood work and everything, and then she'll let me know when my next monitoring appointment is, and then if I need to adjust any of the medications. But it seems like my body is still doing its thing and it's responding well, and the fact that I like feel like I have no side effects is just amazing. So I'll take it. I didn't record on the car ride home because I think at first I was honestly maybe feeling a little discouraged, like hearing those numbers initially and like comparing last appointment to this appointment and whatever. But again, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, and this is also my literal first time going through this, so I don't know what to expect. Like, so it's not fair for me to put all these expectations or parameters on my body when like I don't know how it should be responding, how it shouldn't be responding. Like I don't know, like we're going through this for the first time, so for all I know, everything could be right on par, and then when it comes to egg retrieval day, like everything is great and amazing and we get the amount that we want. Like, so it's still too early in the game to make any of those calls, but I'm still just trusting God more than I'm trusting any of this. But yeah, now I'm gonna just try to relax and enjoy the rest of today. So that's what's going on, and then we'll take my round 6 of injections tonight. But for now, that's all I got, so I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, I just finished my 3rd monitoring appointment and we're on day 8 of IVF. How am I actually saying these words? I can't believe we're here. And it's like going so well and so smooth and fast. And that is just such a God thing. Like, wow. Anyways, okay, so I wanted to document this before I forget because I'm about to call Alex. So on my right side, they found still that one bigger follicle and then 3 smaller ones. And I actually could like see them this time on the screen. The smaller ones were like big enough for me to notice. So that was cool. And then on my left side, they counted 6 bigger ones now and no smaller ones. So in total, that's 10 follicles. Crazy how like the numbers are changing so drastically with each appointment, and I'm just going like every other day. But the blood work went perfect. I know my girl Cecilia now, like her and I are like this. I can always count on her to make it quick and make it easy for me. Yeah, so now I just gotta wait for my nurse to call me with the results and with next steps as far as if I need to change any of my dosages or whatever. One of these days, I should be getting the call with like the egg retrieval date. And I feel like that's when things are really gonna like, woo, feel crazy because I'm gonna have like a little end in sight. And that's when we'll really find out how many eggs I actually have. Because even though these follicles are like growing and things are looking good and things are progressing at like a normal steady pace, not all of them carry eggs. So that's really gonna be the true test, is once they retrieve all the follicles and like take the eggs from them. We'll be able to see how many have eggs, how many don't, how many have good eggs, how many don't. So yeah, that's why you can't get caught up in the numbers, because as you see, it changes drastically, but then at the end of the day, not all of the follicles are going to carry eggs. So yeah. But the 6 big ones on the left side, that's really what surprised me, because at my last appointment just 2 days ago, she only found 2 big ones. Looks like some of them were maybe like hiding behind each other. And of course, as you're taking more medications and follicles are growing, like they're gonna sneak in and you'll be able to see them because they're getting bigger. So yeah, I'm gonna call Alex now with the news, and then I'm gonna swing by a coffee shop on my way to work because I'm gonna treat myself, and we're celebrating the little win of completing yet another monitoring appointment. And I did take another shot this morning because they added that to my like protocol so that they can like prevent premature ovulation, because I think some of my follicles are like growing faster than the rest. Obviously they're all different sizes, and the goal is to make them all catch up to each other so we can grow as many follicles as possible to the right size so that they're mature enough to ovulate, to have eggs in them that they can retrieve on egg retrieval day. So it's a whole science, but it's been really fascinating to learn about it all and just to like see it for myself and see how my body is reacting to all this. So it's been pretty cool. So that's all. Okay, bye. Okay, we just left our 4th monitoring appointment. It is January 22nd and everything went well yet again. Great blood work, great ultrasound, lots of positive feedback and encouragement. I met a new ultrasound tech today, but my girl Cecilia with the blood work, she came through yet again. And it's like fun when you're like getting to know these people and seeing them on a very frequent basis, and I don't know, it's the little things. It's like a comforting feeling seeing a familiar face. But yeah, so on my right, oh, who's saying that? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. We need this light to turn green right now. Anyways, on my right ovary, they found 2 measurable big ones and then 3 smaller ones. And then on my left ovary, they found the 6 big ones that are still progressing, and then no smaller ones. So she said everything is still looking good and progressing. And yeah, I guess we'll see when the nurse calls me tonight, but that's what, 11 follicles total. At my last appointment, they counted, I think, 10 total. So maybe one of them was hiding in there. And of course, the more medicine you take, like, the smaller ones are gonna start growing and they're gonna be like more visible. So it's very fascinating to learn about. And it is cool to see on the screen how big these follicles are getting, and like I can notice the size changes, and it's cool. You gotta enjoy the process somehow, and find the little things to celebrate and get excited about. So yeah, I'm just excited that they're still finding multiple big ones, especially with someone with a low egg count. Like, I didn't know how my body was gonna be reacting to all this and how my follicles would be growing. I'm feeling good, and now I'm gonna go treat myself to something. And how do you feel, babe?
I feel good.
Good.
Good hour-and-a-half drive.
I know, now we got all of that for like 10 minutes.
So good.
Now we gotta trek back to Sarasota and go to work. So it's 9:16 a.m. so I should make it to work on time. Okay, that is all. Stay tuned for next steps. Potentially might be able to do the trigger shot tonight with an egg retrieval 36 hours after. I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe I do another night of medications. We will see, but I'm along for the ride, so stay tuned. Any last words?
Nope. Thanks for the appointment.
Yeah, she was nice. I liked the Leslie, shout out to you. She was really nice.
Liesel.
Okay, gotta go, bye!